Yo, it's Captain, bringing you a Dark Souls Diary number 27. 27th time I've played Dark Souls. We are playing Dark Souls Remastered, and it's my first time Souls anything, really. I think I did like a demo of that crab game. I don't think that counts. I didn't do it very well. Captain's 27th one. Why are you bringing this up again? I don't know. I'm very tired. I'm very tired. What we what we do today? It was our first day back after a long hiatus because we were doing all that Star Rail stuff. First day back, and I was a bit rusty and very tired. I got very little sleep last night, so it was perfect. It was perfect. I couldn't really, I've forgotten how to play a little bit, and I had like 2 hours of sleep, so yeah, I did stellar. We nailed everything. We didn't miss a shot. We definitely didn't die. I definitely didn't get salty about it. And I definitely didn't lose a bunch of souls and whine about it most of the stream. That definitely didn't happen because that just we wouldn't do that. So what did we do? We actually spent most of the time in the well, I actually just reviewed the VOD. Most of the time is maybe an inaccurate statement. Most of the progress we made was in the Undead Asylum, which we went back to. But we also attempted. Our main goal was to get a dragon scale. All I needed was a dragon scale, and I couldn't get one. So we tried a couple methods. We tried some farming some dragons. We tried a PvP, and ultimately we gave up and looked into where we could get one, and that led us to the Undead Asylum. So so that's what happened. So that's what we do. I've got a couple clips prepared. I think one, I'm gonna try something wild. We're gonna do one where it's just a stream clip. So I'll shut up here and then you can hear me on stream. Because I think I want to show you the PvP experience because I thought it was funny. And then I've got another clip of a boss we ended up fighting, but I don't want you to hear that one because it's just me whining and it takes a long time. I just kind of want to show it to you. And I don't even know if I'm going to show you that one. It's kind of, I don't know, I prepare a lot of clips and I never know what we're going to do. We just wing it. But we do it live, even though it's a recording. We do it live recording. Anyways, what was the point of today? Today's goal was to get to the catacombs, right? In order to do that, I said it was about dragon scales. Actually, it's to get to the catacombs. I've been trying to do the catacombs for Lord knows how long, but I use Smo's hammer. I use big unga bunga weapon, and when I go to the catacombs, I can't swing the unga bunga weapon. I get like a My gun doesn't go off. My bunga sure as hell doesn't go off. I go, clank, 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 and then I die. Because the catacomb is very small, and the hammer is very big. I cannot swing it, okay? So I have been trying to go to the catacombs for quite some time, and I have to keep, like, adjusting. So I decided to get a smaller weapon. So then, well, now I gotta go build a weapon, right? Because you can't just get a weapon. You gotta level it up. And you can't just level it up. You gotta get Titanite. And you can't just get Titanite. You gotta go to a specific vendor that's like not really close to a bonfire. And it's... So you gotta like... You don't want to buy one piece of Titanite at a time because you just have to do it like a million times. You just want to save up and then you want to buy it. And then the more you save up, the more you're at risk of like, sneezing at the wrong time and dying and losing all your soul. So I hate this system. I think I've narrowed it down. I've narrowed it down to just the buying the Titanites is what I hate. Like, I think everything else would be fine. If I could just bank my souls at the bonfires, like it seems like the game is set up to be, I think everything would be fine. Right? And you can even repair and upgrade your weapons at a bonfire once you buy a thingamajig. So that even fixes it. The weapon upgrade fixes it. It's just those damn Titanites. You can't get them. You have to go to the blacksmith. And you don't want to buy one. You don't want to be like, oh, I have enough. I'll teleport to a blacksmith and do it. It's going to screw up your progress. It's going to screw up your game flow. And it's going to be super annoying, particularly because the large Titanites are at a blacksmith who isn't next to a bonfire. So you've got to fight through some stuff that you might sneeze and die. So you definitely don't want to be doing it over and over. So you want to save up. So now we got to do that. We can't go to the catacombs. I hate farming. I hate just farming souls. It makes me want to smash my head into a wall. It is so boring. It is so annoying. The game is tense and wild. Right? So it's really exciting when you're doing a new area and you never know what's going to jump around the corner, but it's really boring when you're farming because you just have this really tedious long farm where if you zone out because you're bored out of your mind, you'll instantly die and lose all what you've been doing the last hour. It's horrible. So it's the worst. So this is why we haven't been to the catacombs, right? It's like I need a new weapon. Well, I have to farm up a weapon. Okay, so what I like to do is just play other areas and then farm up the souls naturally as I'm playing an area, and then I could put that into the weapon, right? And it has a better flow. It makes me not hate myself in the game, and it just works a little better. So I've been trying to do the catacombs for a long time, just going back and forth, leveling up here and there, doing that. And what I decided in my poor choices was to use the Dragon Bone Fists, because I have been trying to make boss weapons for funsies. I'm having fun with Smo's hammer, and I needed a short weapon. And I was looking up boss souls, things I could do with my boss souls. I was like, wait, you can make fists with these? And they scale off strength? I'm Unga Bunga strength build. Yo, why don't we take fists into the catacombs? So that's been my plan. Now, I've probably talked about this before, but I made the fists. They suck. Yeah, I think I talked about it with the boar episode. They suck. We slapped boars. It was bad. But whatever. I'm committed. I've used the boss soul. I should have got the axe with the ranged attack. That would have been really cool. But no, I made these fist weapons and you can't undo it. So by golly, we're doing it. And I only need one more dragon scale to get them to +5, and then they will be S scaling instead of A scaling, right? And I'm only going to use them in the catacombs because they suck. So why would I use them anywhere else? So I'm going to get the most out of it. I'm not getting to one more dragon scale and then giving up and just saying, well, we'll do it anyways. No. No, we're getting the dragon scale, okay? We're getting the dragon scale. Captain, what are you talking? This will be relevant. This will be relevant. This was the stream. This was the stream. This internal struggle. So my plan was very simple for today. I was going to farm the blue drakes outside of Dragonland. Dragon Tales. Let's all go to Dragonland. And you can't because the door's shut. But there's a bunch of dragons there. Like 5 or 6 dragons in front. And they're really loud and they're really screechy and they're really annoying. But, like seriously, there's something wrong with the audio. So the audio mixing, so their screeches are just really loud. They're really loud. It's horrible. But you can kill them and they have like a 5% drop rate or some shit for this scale. So, I mean, theoretically, it's not that many. 5% isn't that bad. I just need one. And I feel like, if it's too much, if we farmed them for too long, right, we'll at least be getting souls that I could use to help me farm up another weapon, because I want to use this axe that I got once we're done, because I've used Smo's hammer for a while, and we got a cool axe in Demon Town, and the Demon Axe, and I thought it'd be fun to use that for a while. So it's like, well, while we're using, so like I said, while I'm running around, I'm slowly farming stuff. So it's like, fine, I'll try to farm these drakes for the scale. I can probably kill them once or twice before I'll get sick of it. And if it doesn't drop, then maybe I'll do something else. Because I did have a secondary plan, and we can use the souls we're getting to help us buy large Titanite shards for the axe that I'm planning on using afterwards. Because we need to plan ahead, because I can't just equip the axe because it's an RPG, not an action game. And you have to level shit up. Which means you can't just equip the axe and play with it, because that would be fun. And we don't have fun in RPGs. We have spreadsheets. So I'm trying to plan ahead and make sure that when I want to use this axe, I can use it. This was a great plan, I think. I don't know. I didn't get to do it. I didn't get to do it because I was tired and I was rusty, and I put on the greed ring that increases the drop rate. And that made me way overweight, and so I was really slow. And I was like, whatever, I've killed these drakes a bunch. I just need to hit him a few times. It doesn't matter that I was slow. Wrong. That's wrong. That was wrong, because when I'm slow, the character animations are slow, and your buttons don't work. Because you hit the button, and you gotta wait like 10 minutes for your character to do anything. And there's a weird buffer in this game, where if your character doesn't do anything, so you mash the button a couple times, well, then you queue up several actions that don't happen for like 5 to 10 seconds later. Might be an exaggeration. Although I don't think 5 seconds is wrong. Right? And so I died on these stupid drakes because my controls were sluggish. It was like I was in the ocean trying to do controls, because I do a dodge. I can't kill the drakes in one hit. I have to hit them 3 times. And that is enough for them to get at least one action in. Plus, they're gonna have a starting action, because you don't want to run in there, because there's several of them grouped up. You can run up to the first one, but then there's 3 on a bridge. They're grouped up. You can't run in there, and you're on a bridge, so you probably don't want to like dick around with them too much. You want to do a nice pull, and then deal with them. So when I got to that part, all of a sudden I'm having trouble with being super slow. And they managed to get me. Because I was tired, I didn't care that much, because these are stupid drakes I've killed a million times. Alright, I don't like farming. I'm not paying as much attention. My heart's not in it, right? And they kill me. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Whatever. And I took off the ring so I could put my Havel's ring back on, so I could move again, because I was like, this isn't worth it. It's gonna be too salty dying to these dumbass mobs that I don't care about. So I put the Havel's ring back on. I was like, look, we're going to try this a couple times. If it doesn't work, we have our other plan. We got the Dragon Covenant from the last time we played, and you can get dragon skills. We have our second plan, which, we can PvP. We can try to get one through PvP. So I was like, whatever. I'm just going to go get my souls back. I'm going to kill all the dragons there. And if they don't drop it, we're going to PvP. So go back down there. So I go back down there, and I'm playing. I'm now, I'm still tired. I'm still mad, but I'm playing like a little more cautiously, because, I've just dropped 15,000 souls, and I'm planning on using those to upgrade the axe, so I do care about them. And in my cautiousness, I rolled a little too close to the edge, and the lightning breath spread out just a little bit too far and whacked me while I was close to the edge, and my character went whoop, and I didn't get the souls back yet. So I lost all the souls. I didn't kill these stupid dragons. I didn't get a stupid dragon scale, and now I was livid. Because not only had I wasted my time trying to farm these worthless pieces of shit that I don't even like or care about, because there's no gameplay progress here. I'm just trying to farm for a stupid weapon so I can do the thing that I want to do. Right? I don't want to be here. I don't want to be doing this. I've conquered this. I don't care about this area. Not only did I not succeed at that, I actually lost progress. I actually lost progress that I had saved up from doing an area that I did like last time we played. So I was mad. I was mad and I was salty and I was like, I'm done with this shit. I ain't even going back. I ain't even riding that elevator. You have to walk down a hallway and ride an elevator just to get to those drakes every time. It's the worst. Just so you can have the joy of them of like the poor audio mixing screeching your ear off. And then oops, I sneezed. I lost all my like 3 hours of progress. Like what? No. Fuck you, game. I was mad. So I whined about it for a while. I'm not gonna lie about that. I did whine about it for a while, which is, not to my credit or character, but I did do it. And then after that, I was like, all right, well, we still got plan B. I just need one scale. The souls are a setback, but whatever. It doesn't affect the current goal. It just affects our future goal. We just need one scale. We have plan B. Let's try the PvP. Let's try an invasion. That'll be fun. That'll be new. That'll be exciting regardless how it goes. It'll be something to do that isn't this terrible, just terribleness. This horrible bullshit. All right. So we decided to PvP. I didn't know how to PvP. I've been in a couple PvP situations. I got invaded a couple times. But I didn't know how to do it the other way around. So I went to the orb, the dragon orb, and I hit the thing and it wouldn't work. So I was like, oh, I guess I gotta be human. So I went and been human. I've still got a dragon head on me. Because why not? It looks dumb, but whatever, we're just farming shit. So then I put it down out near the crystal boys, because it's kind of near where, it's near the bonfire you gotta go to get to the dragons. And it puts an eye on the ground, and nothing happens. And you click on the eye, and it's like, do you want to cancel? Okay, cancel. And I'm like... Do you want to cancel? Choose okay, choose cancel. I don't... Anyways, neither one of them is what I wanted. Spoilers, neither one of them is what I wanted. And so then I looked it up. I looked it up on online, and I was like, how do I do this? And I was, okay, so for the dragon thing, you don't just invade people, you kind of have to ask. So you put down a symbol, and then if somebody sees it and clicks on it and says yes, you can invade their world and try to kill them and take one of the dragon scales. I was like, oh. And it even recommended. So it's like, you probably want to go to a popular location so that people can see your symbols. So like, okay, so this isn't good. It suggested a few places. One of them was the Undead Parish. And I was like, I can get back there pretty quickly with a bonfire warp. I'll go over there. I like that area. It makes me feel safe. I like Andre and his dinks. So I went over there, put my symbol down, and you're just waiting. And it's super boring. You can't walk far away from your symbol because it will despawn. So you just have to sit. You have to just wait. And I'm like, dude, people are playing Elden Ring. No one's going to click on this. It's like, please let me come try to steal your dragon scale. Nobody's going to click on that. And if they are, it's because they're so confident they're going to destroy me that I don't want to fight them. But believe it or not, someone actually did do it. I was looking up on the wiki, like, what else can I do here? And somebody did click on it, so we got to do our first invasion. It was pretty exciting, and I think I'll just play it for you. I was pretty nervous, because, I'm always nervous for, like, multiplayer stuff that I haven't done before. What the etiquette is, what you're supposed to do. You don't want to look like a chump or, like, annoy people or, you piss somebody off, in the wrong way. So, like, but it ended up being pretty fun. And so I'm going to show you Cam's first invasion. You'll hear me talk. When the camera switches, you'll hear two of me. I'll try to shut up here, but you'll hear the other one. I think I've got it set up so it'll look properly. But we'll just watch it because it's funny. And I thought my reactions were worth watching. So let's do that. Let's see Cap's first invasion in the Undead Parish. Let me boot it up. All right, I'm gonna shut up so you can hear me. I'm gonna breathe fire on him. Maybe he's new and he clicked on it by accident. Is that him? Hello. Should I shrug now? Oh, did I do it right? He waved at me. All right. I have to get down there. This is beautiful. Interaction is happening. Teamwork is coming. Yo, he's coming up here. Yo, I can't see in here. My hammer's too big. Ah! I can't attack him in here. Watch this, though. No, he won't do it. Jump. He used an Estus. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right. Okay. I didn't want to use the Estus. All right. Let me mute this here. You could see I was having a good time until my hammer bonked the second time. I would have killed him. I would have killed him in 2 hits, and then I bonked on that wall. And then you can see on my face, I like go to serious mode. I was like, oh no. My whole goal was literally just to breathe fire on him for the meme. Because I had the stupid dragon head, and it's the dragon clan invasion, right? So all I wanted to do was breathe fire on him, and I think I managed to. But I thought it would stagger him and give me a chance. I thought it would surprise him enough that I could. But apparently, because you couldn't see, right? Apparently, I either super missed, or he just ate it, and then it didn't matter anymore, and he could just hit me through it, and it killed me. I didn't want to ask this. I said that at the end of the clip, but mainly because I really wanted to breathe the fire, and the fire button and the SS button are the same button. You have to switch between them, and I didn't think in the heat of combat like that I could switch to the Estus, do the Estus, switch back to the fire, and just like make sure I was on the right one. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be staring at my UI while I'm trying to do all this, and there's no way to know which one you're on unless you're looking at your UI to make sure. So I still want to go there. It's a pretty big UI. I mean, it's not that big a deal, but like, you know what I mean? Like I was kind of nervous about it. So I did get to breathe the fire. We did lose. We did lose. So I didn't get a dragon scale, but it was fun. And I don't know. It was chill. I was pleased with myself that I managed to guess he'd just run in. Because I was running from him, and he wouldn't realize I was about to hit him with the hammer, and I timed it right, and I slapped him right when he walked in, and that felt really good, and I almost got the second one. It would have killed him, but then it bounced. It was just, maybe if I had just waited like a little bit longer, I don't know, but it was rough. I could have taken an Estus, and then we would have been on even footing, and the battle would have lasted longer, which could have been fun, but I don't know, I just wanted to breathe fire on him. So anyways, it was fun, but I still didn't get my dragon scale. So then I went, I went out and I put the symbol down again, but I don't know, I waited there like a while, longer than I was comfortable waiting on a live stream, right? Because we're just standing there, and I do that enough as I'm like playing. So we waited there a long time. Nobody did it. He's probably the only one there, and like he's not gonna click on my thing again. You know what I mean? Because he won. Why would he want to risk his dragon scale again? You know what I mean? So it's kind of an odd system. My ear's like bugging me, dude. It's kind of an odd system for that, but I guess it's because I think you actually do take the item from them, so they're trying to put some extra allowances in so that you're not just griefing people, I suppose. Anyways, so that was unsuccessful. So while I was waiting, so we move on, plan C now. While I was sitting there waiting for another PvP that never came, I was looking up on the wiki, like, where else can I get scales? I was like, is there any place I haven't got scales from? Because I literally just need one. And there is, in fact, one left. There's one left. Well, actually, there's like apparently you can trade in some later zone I haven't been to or whatever. You can trade somebody for one. So I guess there's two left. But like we just been to Ash Lake, right? That's why we went to Ash Lake to get dragon scales. That's why we were doing things in the order we were doing them, is so that I could plan ahead and properly, because it's an RPG, you can't play it the way you want. That's a lie. RPGs, that's how they trick you. Oh, you can do whatever you want. No, you can't. No, you can't. You have to plan ahead and brutally min-max, because otherwise it's just why you even playing. It's horrible. So we had to plan out, like we had to do it in certain orders so we could be ready for each zone as we got there. So that's why we had done what ended up being Ash Lake last time, because there was dragon scales there, and we got almost all of them. I thought I needed 9. I actually need 10. So we got 9, but we need 1 more. So I'm looking up, like, where else can we go, because I am not farming those drakes. No more. And I actually looked up, it said you could get one in the Picture Land. Now, people, I don't know, I think I saw a thing on the Picture Land. There's a big picture in Anne Orlando that if you try to interact with it, it says you can't do it. And I thought when we completed Anne Orlando, we would eventually be able to interact with it. We never did. We never could. So I'm pretty sure Picture Land has something to do with that. I think I've seen a cutscene where you actually interact with it and it shows you what you do. It shows you what happened. But I was like, okay, people have told me that to get to Picture Land, we have to get back to the asylum, right? Because you can do that. And they've told me that to get back to the asylum, it's something to do with Firelink Shrine. So I was like, okay, you know what? It's on the to-do list. Okay? It's on the to-do list. We might as well just do it now, because I'm not going to go, right? We talked about this earlier. I'm not going to go to the catacombs with missing 1 dragon scale. We're going to get our use out of this. We're going to get the last dragon scale, and we're going to use the fists to their maximum potential, okay? So we go back to Firelink Shrine, and people had to tell me what to do. Like I didn't. I was like, how would you ever figure this out? And then once I saw it, I was like, oh, you actually you could totally figure this out. You'd have to be, looking for it. You'd have to be a little bit, clever. But you can, once you realize that it's like totally obvious. Well, it's not totally. It's much more obvious than I thought. People were like explaining this to me. I was like, guys, I'm tired. I'm having a rough time. Just tell me how to do this. It's like, is it something I'm gonna figure out? They're all like, no. All right, just tell me how to do it then. And it's something to do with the elevator. So I was like, all right, I'll figure this elevator thing out. Well, the thing is, I thought it was going to be really obscure, and the people explained it to me. I was like, you mean I gotta glitch out of this elevator and find a secret place? Like, who would ever do that? No, you literally just turn around in the elevator. If you get on the elevator between Firelink Shrine and Undead Parish, you walk on the elevator, you wait for it to go up, and then you walk out. Well, if you get on the elevator and then turn around, you will see Firelink Shrine, descending below you. And it's very, you see you can get on top of things. You can just walk off the elevator early and get on top of some things. And in case you needed a hint for that, as I was looking around Firelink Shrine trying to figure out what to do, because people said the ultimate goal was to get up top of the tower. And I was like, okay, yeah, all right, I'll look up. And I was like, oh yeah, there are some like stairwells and stuff. I bet you could get up there. And as I was looking up there, I saw there was an item on one of the ceilings. The ceiling, yeah, it must be the ceiling where the paladin is and the jars. I think that's what it is. So yeah, I was like, oh, there's an item there. So okay, so all you have to do is if you're looking around, you'll see that item. You'll start wondering how to get up there. You'll be looking around and you might try the elevator, and then if you turn around the elevator, you'll see it, and there you go. It's like, all right, all right, all right. It did take me quite a few attempts at jumps. I was going all the wrong way and doing all the wrong things, and people were like, no, no, you can't. You gotta go over here. I was like, there's no way I can make that jump, and they're like, no, not that jump. The jump next to it. I was like, oh. So it took me quite a while, but we did get there, and we got that item on the roof, and then you go up the tower, and you like crouch in the nest. What's at the top of the tower is the bird nest, and you crouch in the nest, and you become an egg. And I thought people were trolling me because I like crouched down and you become an egg. I thought the game was trolling me, and you just sit there and nothing happens. And so I got up and I like moved and I tried it again. But if you sit there long enough, right, it's not a troll. The bird will come get you, and the bird will take you where the bird goes, which is the Undead Asylum. So we went there, and then you get to re-explore it as, you know, a level. Well, I'm level 71 now, so you get to re-explore it as level 71. We did almost die a couple times because it doesn't matter that they're level 0 torch zombies. They will breathe on you. You will look away. The cat will distract you, and you will die. Like, that's just how the game works. There's no calm in the game. There's no it's fine now. There's no I'm safe now. That's not how the game works. And so you get to re-explore it, and there's actually that I forgot to mention that item I got on the top of that roof was relevant, because if you get that item, it says it's an Undead Asylum key. And it even, if you read the description, it's even like, but who would go back there after getting this? So like they clearly, like, you could see the item, you can find a way to get to it, it'll give you a hint that you can get back, and then you'll maybe explore, and then maybe you'll be inclined to sit in the nest for long enough. Right, they did give you plenty of hints. It is there. You could definitely figure it out. Right, you could definitely figure it out. It would take some work and some guessing and some investigation, but you could do it. So I was like, all right, well, we get to use this key somewhere and figure out what's going on. But also, some of the zombies are different. Like, there was a bunch of torch zombies that I don't remember being there that were all waiting for you. There was like a couple black knights, but they looked different. They looked more like the gray stone. They looked like rusted black knights, so they were kind of like gray knights, but they definitely weren't silver knights. You know, people told me they were black knights, so I guess they were black knights. So there was a couple of them, and oh, there was there was Oscar. We met Oscar. I didn't know his name. Apparently he's named Oscar. People had to remind me. I remembered there was a guy who you meet, because I was walking through the jail, so it's like, oh, this is where you meet that guy, and he gives you something, and then you walk out, and he dies, and it's really sad. And people had to remind me what it was, because it'd been so long. He's the one that gives you the Estus flasks. And they also had to remind me what he looks like, because later on, if you sit at the bonfire, this guy, this knight, Mr. Dark Souls, the classic elite knight set, charges you right when you get up from the bonfire and tries to kill you. Well, we like two-shot him because we have a really big hammer and we're level 71. So it wasn't a big deal. And people were like, no, you killed Oscar. It's like, wait, what? And they had to explain to me, that was the guy that gave you the Estus flask. I'm like, that guy is the only reason I'm even able to play this game. And you go back and you read, I forget what you read. Oh, we read the his armor. Weirdly enough, you get his armor not there. We already had his armor from somewhere else in the game. I think we found it in the forest or something. So I don't know how that works. I don't know how his armor is in the forest, but he's still there, right? And we killed him and he didn't drop his armor because we already had his armor. I don't know how any of that works. But we read his armor, and it was like, you know, he undauntedly went on his mission, but inevitably he failed in the asylum and went hollow. And I was like, wait, you mean this man was trying, but he died? We were there when he died and gave us the Estus flask, died and went hollow, and then when we came back, he was a zombie, so we had to kill him because he was just a hollow zombie trying to murder us? And I was like, shoot, dude. Shoot, dude, we murdered our best friend. So that was pretty wild. That was pretty sad. Also, here's the other clip. Also, while you are re-exploring, yeah, let's just play this. Well, I don't have the audio on, right? Yeah. While you're re-exploring, one of the first big rooms you find is the Asylum Demon's room, the boss, the tutorial boss. But as you're exploring it, so right, this is that room. As you explore, oh no, you fall, right? And then if you remember, people had to remind me of this too because I've forgotten. I was really tired, y'all. That's what I'm blaming it on. Oh, I have the. Hold on, it's confusing. Sorry, I had to turn this camera on. Forgot about that. That might have been confusing. The people to remind me is you in the tutorial dungeon before you see the boss, you see one of these big demons walking around behind the jail cells, and I don't know, maybe I assumed it was the same one, maybe I don't know, but you never actually kill it, and here you come back and you can fall through the floor and then you can take it out too. He's got this bullshit orb attack. He's the same. As far as I can tell, he's the same, except he has a bullshit orb attack, which I figured out the animation for and wasn't too worried about. That one. But if you get far enough away from, because it seems like you're supposed to run away when he does that, but if you get far enough away, he starts like throwing them at you. It seems like they just spawn on you. It's really bullshit, and I was kind of, see? Like they just was like, oh, so you want me to run away, but then as soon as I run away, I just get more of them spawn on me. I was like, can we just not have a dumbass mechanic in one boss? Anyways, so it wasn't, I don't know. Should I leave this up until it's over? I do eventually kill him. It's not pretty and it's not great, but we do get there. I'll take it down because I'm done talking about him. I'm done talking. It's a lot of me running around and getting hit by orbs until I finally just kill him. It's not pretty, but we did do it, and I was glad because I had not sit at a bonfire yet, and it would have been really annoying to get back there. Because we did Oscar after this. No, this is one of the first things we did. But I thought it was really cool that when you go back to this area, so it's kind of a secret to go back to the area. When you go back to the area, you all of a sudden surprise, you fall, because remember that was where you had done drop attacks before. So, you know, maybe like you had weakened it when you fought the demon. And this time you fall through, and now there's a surprise extra little boss, and we're like way over level. Like you could come back here immediately, I think. I mean, it's taken us quite a while, so we're pretty high level. It wasn't a big deal. Nothing was a particular challenge except those, you know, like I said, when you never just know when you look away and all of a sudden you're getting gangbanged by some torch zombies and chain CC'd to death. So, you know, beyond that though, it wasn't too big a deal. And this guy would have killed me several times if I wasn't so high leveled and we could take just 2 or 3 hits from him before it mattered, you know? Because the fact that I could do that just gave me time to use an Estus every time, and it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, it was cool. I thought it was cool that it was there. I thought it was a fun, and that's probably my favorite thing with this game is this layered secrets that they hide. It just exploration feels so rewarding because you just never know when you're gonna find a cool thing, and then you never know when you're gonna find a secret cool thing, right? Like it's just. It rewards you for looking around. It rewards you for licking the walls and trying new things. And I love that. I have always loved that in video games. I brought it up on stream. I remember playing like Wolfenstein, like the old ass one that was like a Doom clone version of Wolfenstein. And you would just run through the walls. You would just lick all the walls. You would just run through the walls because it was a first person. You held your gun directly in front of you. And it had the little face down in the corner, like down here, to give you a visual representation of your health. And you would just run past the walls, spamming spacebar to see if there was a secret wall. And you would just do that with every wall because that was how you did it. There was no other way to figure it out. You just ran through every wall, spacebar until you found one with like a treasure room. It was cool. It was cool. I've always been doing that in video games, and I've always loved it. It's always been one of my favorite things. So I love how this game does this kind of stuff. It was great. The only other relevant thing is if you go all the way back to your jail cell where you have to fight a couple Black Knights, which wasn't hard for us. I think they died in like 2 hits. If you go all the way back to the jail cell where you started, you find an item, and there's an item waiting for you, and it's called the peculiar doll. And if you read it, it says something about like there was an abomination and she wasn't meant for this world, but she hugged this doll and ended up in a painted land. And I was like, oh, okay, here's the key. This is somehow how we get to the painted land. Right, and that's our point. We're trying to do all this to get to the painted land, to go to the painted land, because I mean it's a new place we need to go. But also, so there's supposedly a dragon there where we can get a dragon scale, and then we can finally get done with the fists, and then we can go to the catacombs, and then hopefully we'll have the axe leveled up, and we can go to the demon thing. And we don't need the axe for that. It's just people said the catacombs would be very helpful before the demon thing. So. And then we can go to whatever other place we got to do. But it was fun. I actually had fun going back to the Undead Asylum and checking it out and just going back to a place that was really scary. I remember when I started this game, I was super intimidated by the game because it has a huge reputation. It has a huge its fan base has a reputation. It has a reputation. You know, I'm live streaming it, right? So I've got to deal with both those reputations. And I was just scared. I thought I would like die on the first zombie for the whole stream and it'd be embarrassing. I thought like I'd say something stupid and all the Dark Souls fans would jump me. You know, I thought it would. I didn't know anything. I thought the game would be so hard I couldn't play it. So, and so I was freaking out most of the time. Like the first couple of days, I was legit just freaking out. And since then, like I said, I've learned the main thing I've learned is the game's not nearly as hard as people say it is. And it's not nearly as fair as people say it is either. Hard but fair is some bullshit, I'm telling you. Because the game is, it's full of cheap shots and surprises and gotcha moments. And the whole thing is, are you going to stick with it long enough to figure out how to, it's like a little puzzle, how to get around the gotchas so you don't get jumped by 10 zombies, right? Are you going to figure out what you need to do to not get jumped by 10 zombies? Because if you get jumped by the 10 zombies, you're going to lose. There's no fair fight against 10 zombies. You're just dead. So it's right. The fair part is, well, those zombies will always be around the same corner. So if you figure out how to sneak up behind them, you can just take them out, right? But once you figured out the gotcha moments, it's not that hard. Right, it's not an easy game, but it's not particularly difficult. It's not like super hard. It's just kind of putting up with the gotcha moments to be able to execute it. And then the bosses are more of a test of skill. But as you even saw with this doofus, like it was mostly just some dumb stuff where he just spawn orbs on you, and you're just like. It was dumb. So is that like a skill check? I don't know. Don't get an orb spawned on you. Knowledge will help. Like he won't spawn an orb on you if you're close to him. So you do have to know how to right. It's more. Do you know how to deal with the guy? If you get too far away from him, he's just gonna spawn orbs on you. So you just need to get close to him, and then when he does an orb up close, you just run away and then make sure to run back really quick. Right? Like that's what it is. Is that hard to do? No. Is it going to take some time and some probably retries to figure that out and execute it properly? Yes. Right. That's the difficulty. So it was fun to go back to an area now that I am much more comfortable with the game and much higher leveled, if not better. And it was fun. It was fun to relive that area. It was fun to find a secret. It was fun to find a secret boss, right? That was cool. It was cool to see a little story Easter egg with Oscar. Like there was just a lot of cool stuff, and it was cool to get some key that's going to take us to another secret area. Because this is a secret area that gives us a key for another area. So by default, the area behind that key is also a secret area. Because otherwise you wouldn't have a key if you didn't, right? If you weren't in a secret. So it's layered secrets. It's very fun. It's very cool. It's very exciting to me. That's the part I like, and that's why I get so mad when I'm farming dumb blue dragons that are just wasting my time, wasting my life, and wasting my souls because I inevitably am tuning out because I don't care, and then I fall off an edge. Because I could be doing cool stuff like this. This is the cool stuff. All right. Finding secrets and stuff. So that's what we did. We in our quest to get to the catacombs, we need one more dragon scale. We tried to farm the stupid dragons. It went poorly. We tried to PvP. It was fun, but we were not successful. And so then we're like, all right, we got to go find one. And there's one in Painted Town. And to get to Painted Town, we had to go back to the asylum. So we went back to the asylum, and we actually had a really good time there. And the next goal for most likely tomorrow, when we play again, that's the plan at least, is to go to the Painted World and explore that. And that should be fun and interesting. It should be fun to figure out how to get there. It should be fun to see what it is and to explore it. I don't know if it's huge. I don't know if it's small. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's full of bosses or if it's just like a town where you buy stuff. I have no idea what it is. So it'll be really fun to do that. And I know there's at least a dragon there, because he's what's going to drop the scale. And I think it's the same type of dragon that was on the cliff, which was not an easy dragon to deal with. We kind of had to cheese him. It wasn't pretty. It's a lot of running back and forth. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to all that. And then hopefully that'll get us the dragon scale. We'll upgrade the things. We'll go to the catacombs. Right. And then we'll be back on track. Then we'll be back on track with the original plan. That's what we did today. That was our Dark Souls Diary 27. Jeez, 27. How many hours have I played this? I feel like I'm playing too slowly. But you know what? This game's fun. And, well, most of the time. And it's a good time, so I don't mind taking it slow. I feel like this is one of those games you're supposed to take slow. Look for the secrets, find the stuff, try to take it all in. Try to put together the story. So I've been having a great time with it. But that's all I got for today. I hope you enjoyed listening to my story. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and that things go well for you. And get my mouse here so we don't there's not a weird break like I'm making one right now. And yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. See y'all around.